Okay, we live. I don't know how my screen is looking over here. We are live. Good morning, guys. Hold on. Let me get it together real quick. Hold on. Give me a second. Excuse me for yesterday. Give me 1 second. I got to take all this weird stuff. Excuse me for yesterday. God bless y'all. Good morning. Really good to see you guys this morning. I do apologize for yesterday. Thank God for Jesus. Welcome, Shawn Harvey Morning Show. Wake up team. On a Feel Good Friday. Friday, May the 2nd. Oh my gosh. 2025. We're entering the 5th month of this year. It's a beautiful day outside. Thank you so much for supporting the movement throughout the years. Truly appreciate it. Please like, share, follow, subscribe. We say it every day. And to the people who do share the show, I really appreciate you. A special shout out to Bernadette Chisholms, man. She always shares the show, and I truly appreciate it. Put the hearts in the chat room already. We've been doing this show for years, and I continuously stay committed to this show throughout all the things that I do throughout the day. And just like all you guys. So for you guys to spend time with us, excuse me, the phone is a little blurry, this device a little blurry. But so for all you guys that tune into the show, even for a few minutes, I just want to say thank you. I truly appreciate it. Now I just had some thoughts in my head before we start the show. And welcome. I'm trying to see who's in the chat room because I can't see the chat room for some reason. But let's start off with this. Like I said, I'm so happy to be here. Yesterday, I couldn't do the show, and I was so disappointed with myself because I forgot I had a show in Virginia on Wednesday night, and I was in the Norfolk area, Norfolk, Virginia area, and I left out of here uh, Thursday morning. Yesterday, what's today? Today's Friday. The show was Wednesday. Okay, right. So I left Wednesday morning, and I drove 5.5, almost 6 hours to Virginia in my car from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And you know the weird thing about it, like and I'm not exaggerating, I'm not making this up. I totally forgot that I had that show. I really did. If it wasn't for my man Doug B, who hired me to do a job, and I looked at my calendar, and the calendar alerted me that I was supposed to be in Virginia on Wednesday. And I was even trying to, I was going to link up with Senny or Miko to see if we can record a show, and that wasn't able to happen. And one thing, you think about when you're taking these trips, because to me, it was, like I said, it was a 5.5 hour, almost 6 hour drive down to Virginia the other day. And what are your thoughts, man? My first thought was, is my car able to make it to Virginia and back? Because it was so last minute, and the promoters didn't they didn't fly me there or nothing. It was just, you get there, we have this certain amount of money for you, and we got a hotel room for you. So I did a mental checkpoint on the car, and I was like, well, I think my car is good enough to drive back and forth there. I just changed the oil. I just finished doing my brakes on the car. And I was like, you know what, yeah, I'm good. So I felt confident about driving to Virginia. And welcome to the show. I can't Princess. I think I see you in the chat room because I can't see the chat room. LaShawn Hayes Jones. God bless you. And I want to talk about a few things. And one of the things I want to talk about before Miko comes into the room, I want to talk about last night about the Knicks. That one, Jalen Brunson hit almost a buzzer beater with 4 seconds left in the game to destroy the Detroit Pistons last night in Detroit. I watched that game and I fell asleep on the buzzer beater. I watched the whole game to the buzzer beater. I want to talk about that. Have we ever had buzzer beaters in life? Have we ever had buzzer beaters in life? I want to talk about that. And special shout out to LaShawn Hayes Jones, who has definitely made her deposit, and she's going on the Rob Jackson You're Not Ready cruise on August the 2nd through the 9th. Thank you, sis. You know, you're a lifetime friend of mine, and God bless you for that. And I want the rest of y'all, if y'all don't mind, to follow her lead as we go and enjoy ourselves. And I think Shawn and I are sort of relatable. It's relatable to a lot of other folks in the room. We at a certain age now where we could kind of, it's weird to say I don't want to say like retirement age, but we are at the age now where we could kind of come and go as we please just a little bit. And that is truly, 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 truly a blessing. Now, back to what I was saying. Okay, there go Miss Miko. Miss Miko, good morning.
Hi, Shawn. Good
And hold on,
morning.
Miss Miko. I'm gonna turn it over to you one minute. I just want to say this. So I'm driving down to Virginia, right, guys? The other day. And like I said to Miss Miko, I was just sharing with the folks that I did a checkpoint on the car to make sure the car, because I forgot that I had to do this job in Virginia. I literally forgot. I didn't realize it till Tuesday that I had to go to Norfolk, Virginia area on Wednesday. So I did a mental checkpoint on the car, Miss Miko. I said, okay, I think the car can make it back and forth to Virginia. It was a 5.5 hour drive. Because sometimes, you just don't think. You think like, okay, I gotta drive for some distance. I want to make sure the car's good. So, Miss Miko, I had just recently changed the oil and the brakes on my car, but I felt very confident that I think my car could go anywhere, right? Thank God for Jesus.
Hmm.
And Miss Miko, while I was driving the 6 hour drive straight from Bethlehem, I went straight through Philadelphia, through Delaware, down to Maryland, to Virginia, and went over the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, whatever, right?
Hmm.
Miss Miko, I thought about you, Paul,
Why?
because 3 hours into the trip, I had to make a massive deposit.
No, you didn't, Shawn. So I shared one thing with y'all. Y'all ain't gonna let me live it down. I shared one little tidbit with y'all. Okay.
And Miss Miko, I stopped at a Wendy's.
Ew.
No, but no, because I had to, Miss Miko, I had to make a deposit. I had to do a number two. But Miss Miko, I
Hmm.
walk in the Wendy's. Now you would think that the Wendy's, at least, especially where I was somewhere in Maryland. Like I was 2 hours away. I was close. I was
Hmm.
100 miles away from Virginia.
Hmm.
Miss Miko, I walk into the Wendy's. I I even I went straight to the bathroom. Miss Miko, the bathroom was filthy. And the door that closes, the door that you close, that partition where you use the bathroom, the door was broken.
Mm.
So the bathroom is filthy, and the bathroom door is broken for to use the toilet.
So what did you do, Shawn?
I clutched my ass, got back in the car, and I ass clutched it straight to the hotel.
Nasty. Mm-mm.
So I said to myself, I said, Harvey, can you make it to another 2 more hours before use the bathroom? And I said yes. Now, and then we're gonna move on because I want to bore everybody. Miss Miko, I get to the Chesapeake Bay Bridge terminal. Have you ever went over that
Yes.
whole? Okay, so
Yes.
yeah. Put it on one chat room if you guys ever went over that Chesapeake Bay Bridge. Miss Miko, I get to the toll plaza. It is $16 to go over it, right?
Hmm.
Don't you know my Easy Pass wasn't working for some particular reason?
But usually you can it's told by plate. You could just go, right? It's
Hear
not
me?
like the one in Philly where you must have your money or they turn your ass around and make you go back. No,
Miss
that one
Miko,
is told by plate.
yeah, no, Miss Miko, exactly. So the lady says, I can't read your transponder. I said, well, it's good. So I went into the app. I got the Easy Pass Pennsylvania app. I showed the lady the app and my balance. my positive balance. I said, miss, I don't know why this is not reading.
Yeah, that's
So,
above her pay grade. She don't care about that. Pay your money, sir.
so she says, well, we can't read it. So I said, so what are we going to do? She said, do you have a debit card or a credit card? Because you have to pay this. So I said, all right, miss. I said, all right, go. Let me pull out my a debit card. So I gave her my debit card, and I didn't even know that you can swipe the debit card at the toll plaza. So I said, miss, if I didn't have the debit card and my transponder's not working, what happens? She said, what you just said. She said, well, you might have to turn back around. I said, are you serious, miss? And then she said, yeah, or you could speak to our manager. Now, while we're having this conversation, of course, there's 5 cars behind me now. So I paid and kept it pushing. But you are absolutely right. Like sometimes if you don't have the toll, they will tell you to turn back around.
They will tell you to turn around. They will tell you to back up, turn around. What is that? Is that the Ben Franklin Bridge in Philly? If you coming from Atlantic City, do not take the Ben Franklin Bridge. Take 476 the other way. Not 476, 76 the other way. Because if you get to that Ben Franklin Bridge, they don't care if it's 1,000 cars behind you. They will make you back up, cut across 8 lanes of highway, and go back the other way. They don't play over there. Always make sure you got your $8.
You know, I found that fascinating because I didn't know that, because I would think that even say if you didn't have the money,
nope,
that as a courtesy,
because they have the thing that goes up and down. They will not raise it.
Yeah, but I'm thinking as like a courtesy or for safety,
they don't care.
They would allow the motorists to continue on, because even if they don't have no money, because you know you can also pay by mail later on in the whatever. So that's what I got confused of, because I said, even if I didn't have the money, can you take my plate number, whatever, and they got all that information and mail me the bill.
Mm-hmm.
And this lady was like, no, you could talk to the supervisor, but you have to turn back around and get that $16 and then go over the bridge. And I was like, wow.
Yep.
Welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team with the Queen, Miss Miko. Again, I do apologize for yesterday. I was out of it. I was in Virginia and I did the show. And shout out to my man Herman. We did the show down there in Virginia in the Norfolk area. It was a beautiful situation. But Miss Miko, I had to do the number 2. The bathroom was filthy on the highway, and I continued on until I got to the hotel. Y'all give me a round of applause, please.
So you just kept it clutched and just moved on out. Shawn, what is on your arm? Are you wearing bangles? Clap again, Shawn.
It's my watch.
What is that?
It's my watch.
Oh, okay. It looks like you have like 5 silver bracelets.
I'm a grown ass man. I got a grown ass man.
That's a nice watch. It's a heavy watch. It's looking real heavy on your wrist.
Grown ass men wear big watches.
Okay,
Miss Miko, welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning start, right? Miss Miko, I will turn it over to you. Everybody in the chat room, let's give Miss Miko a round of applause. Good morning, and God bless you. And you look great this morning. What's up, Miss Miko?
Hey, y'all. Hey. So I just want to let you guys know right now I'm working around Miss Bailey's time. She woke up just before we started the show, so I was able to wipe her up, give her a bottle, and now she's watching Señorita Yasmin. You know my grandbaby speaks Spanish, right? So English is her second language. So she's watching the Spanish TV show right now. She's quiet, she's chilling. Hopefully this could last 45 minutes and I can do the show without her saying, "Grandma, come get me." But she's upstairs. I can see her. She can't see me. What's up? It's Friday. What y'all doing this weekend? It's going to be 80 degrees today. It's going to be absolutely beautiful morning and afternoon. So what's y'all plans this weekend? Y'all going to the city? Y'all coming out here? What's going on? Shawn, what you got going on?
Going down to Philly. I'm working.
Oh, always working.
I'm working. So I'm going to Philly tonight. No, Camden, New Jersey, in the hood to do a hood show. God bless. And then tomorrow night I'm in Elizabeth, New Jersey to do a show. So I'm working this weekend. Yeah, but I'm going to enjoy the weather. But they also said it's supposed to rain out here, so be careful.
Tomorrow. It's going to rain out here tonight after 10 into tomorrow and sporadically through the weekend. So you have to cut your lawn or anything, do that today. But I'm not staying out here. I'm going out to Jersey tonight with my girlfriends. We're doing dinner. And tomorrow I'm chilling out because I'm flying out on Monday for a business trip and I'll be gone all next week. And I'm flying out on Sunday. My flight's Sunday at 3:00. So I'll be gone next week. So Saturday will be my packing day. I'm relaxing. I got to wash my hair, just get myself together to travel.
Now the New
That's
York Knicks. Now the New York Knicks had almost a buzzer beater win last night over the Detroit Pistons. I watched the whole game, and then I fell asleep when Jalen Brunson hit the buzzer beater. Well, it wasn't a buzzer beater; it was still 4 seconds left, but
I know
he
that.
crushed them and he destroyed them. The Knicks advanced to, and before we get into any, what Miss Miko's talking about, the Knicks advanced to the semi-finals, playing the Boston Celtics, and the
Mm-hmm.
buzzer beater, Miss Miko, which happened in Detroit. The Knicks were up by 10, and then Detroit came back, and then the game was tied, and it was going back and forth to the bitter end. And again, that's where I fell asleep, and I watched the recap on YouTube. But when Jalen Brunson hit that buzzer beater, it broke everybody's heart, and the Knicks walked out of there with the win, Miss Miko. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So my question to everyone in the chat room, and good morning, guys. Have you ever had a buzzer beater in your life? Have you ever did something in your life where it came right on time?
That ain't
Where
a buzz
you,
beater. That's God.
yeah, yeah, right. We go look at God.
Look at God. Won't He do it?
Yo, I'm gonna get back to this, but guys, give me an example before the show ends of any kind of buzzer beaters in your life where you didn't have, for example, you didn't have enough money to pay the bill, and all of a sudden $1,000 dropped in your pocket. You had enough to pay the bill. You walked down the block, saw $20. You helped somebody across the street. Give
Right.
me an example, guys, of a positive buzzer beater in your life. You paid that bill on time. You got a great health report. What was? And we'll get back to that, and I'll ask Miss Miko, and I'll bring up a couple of examples of for myself and my experiences. But I want to know in your life, what was that? It could have anything to do with your children, whatever. What was that buzzer beating life that when it happened, the sound went off and you won? Welcome to the show, guys.
Mm.
Miss
I gotta think
Migo.
about that one.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody think about that for the next 20 minutes and put your examples in your life. What was that positive buzzer beater in your life? Here, I give you one. I give you one. Recently, Miss Miko, I walked out the club and did an old school trip. I tripped because I wasn't paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I tripped, and in any other given situations, I would have fell, rolled over, and bust my ass, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Miss Miko, before I bust my ass, I caught my balance and I didn't fall.
So that was a buzz. That's what you
That's a
consider a buzzer
buzzer
beater,
beater.
Sean? Buzzer beater. Not a buzzer beater.
Give me an
That's
example,
not a
guys.
buzzer
We got
beater.
about 20, 25 minutes. What was that in your life or anything recently? What was that buzzer beater? So you thought that it wasn't going to happen, and boom, it happened. And you turned around and you said, look at God. Yeah, Miss Miko.
I'm gonna read Sister Soldier. She said she remembered once she was raising his baby and didn't have enough money to get her Christmas pictures. She said she was $10 short. God is so great that Santa Claus, the one we was taking the pictures with, paid for all the pictures. Oh wow. On top there was a secret Santa that paid for all of her toys. And when we went to pay for it, it was already paid for. That's a buzzer beater.
Yo, let's clap. Let's clap. That's the
That's
buzzer
a
beater.
buzzer beater. Yeah. That's a which this brings me to a point. She says someone already like a secret Santa paid for stuff. Have you ever been? Because I've done it before. Like I will go to Starbucks, or I will go to Dunkin', and once I get my stuff, say I give them a 20 if I'm feeling good, I'd be like, no change, paid for it, pay for the car behind me. When the car behind me goes, do you think they say thank you and drive off? Do you think they also pay and then keep it pushing? What do you think they do?
Well, from my experience, and wait, one more time, Sister Soldier, that was a great, let's clap
Great
one more time.
story.
That was a great buzzer beater. That was, uh, yeah, you're talking about that good karma chain of
Yeah, pay
command
it
thing.
forward. Sometimes I would just give them a 20 and I'll be like, I don't even want no change. Just, let it run out. Just pay for all the cars behind me. So the right thing to do is the next car supposed to come, about to pay for their stuff, and the lady the cashier says, oh no, the car in front of you already paid. They should still give the money and keep it going, right? That's the way it's supposed to work. Do people actually take the money, pay and keep it going, or do they just be like, thank you, and drive off? What you think they do?
What I think they should do is put their deposits down like LaShawn Haynes Jones for this Rob Jackson You're Not Ready cruise
Period.
for August the 2nd through the 9th, which, by the way, this show is being sponsored by Rob Jackson You're Not Ready cruise. Get your deposit in now. My sister LaShawn Haynes Jones is in the building. I'm gonna try my best to see if Miko and Cindy and all everybody else schedule will
Cindy
allow
called
it.
me about it yesterday. I think Vanetta, George, and was talking about going. I'm hearing words talking about Vanetta, Cindy, and Danielle going. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, and I also at D-Lo Mathis always reached out and come on guys, this is it. We want to go, we want to hang out. We are all a big family here. Now, here's my from my experience with that chain of command karma, that good karma you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's happened to me. So then what I do is I ain't gonna lie, I put a cap limit on it because I don't know how much the person's item is behind me. So what I'll do,
Wait, Shawn, put a pause on it. Sister Soldier, call Shawn directly. She wants to put her deposit down today. Sister
that's what I'm
Soldier,
talking.
call Shawn directly to put your deposit down.
Yo, let's see, that's those buzzer beaters I'm talking about. And speaking of that, don't forget, guys, July the 12th, we at Connie in Harlem. The flyer will be out. I'm waiting for the graphics, guy. I don't know why I'm having challenges with this, but it's
Did Cindy
still,
send you her pictures?
no, she never did.
That damn
So, yeah.
Cindy.
So, well, it's too, I mean, I sent all the artwork out. Okay. So, I mean, it's been well documented that,
Cindy is a mess.
right. It's been well documented that I've been asking. So, I mean, guys, I know how easy it is for you guys to get mad at me for everything, but y'all been following me with this whole situation with this flyer and graphics and pictures. Now, back to this. Because God, Miss Miko, you know how guys get mad at me on this show. Uh, the chain of command. You're right. What I will do, I don't know how much the money you talked about, the $20 and just whatever. I'll do the same thing, but it'll be like $10. Like I'll go, yo, take care of the next person, but I don't know what they ordered. They order could be $75. So I'll just say, hey, yeah, take care of the next person. Put a $10 cap on that and keep it pushing. So if I pull up to the register and they say the person in front of you got that, I'm like, all right, cool. I appreciate that for them. Beat the horn or whatever. And then I say, yo, I got 10 for whoever they got behind me or whoever behind them. Because if that person got $75, at least now instead of $75, it costs them $65. But to answer your question once again, yes, if someone take care of me, I'm going to take care of the next person. I think that if you're able to do it, because remember, some
But my
people
whole
can't do
thing
it.
is you was going to pay anyway. So if you went and you ordered a coffee and a donut or coffee and a bagel, you had your $4 out. Still give them the $4 and keep it pushing because your shit gets covered,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, no, I
You're
get
gonna
it.
pay anyway.
No, I get it. Guys, what is the buzzer beater in your life, man? We just want to know what it is, and Miss Miko will come up with her example down the road before the
LaShawn
show.
Haynes Jones had a couple. She said she was on the Prices Right in Atlantic City and she actually won. And then another time she lost $300 in the street and then she hit the number the same day for $1,000.
Let's clap.
Look at
Let's
that.
clap.
That's good karma.
Yo, not
That's
no
good
that
karma.
that's good karma, but that's a buzzer beater. She lost $300
Yep.
early in the day and won $1,000 back in the
Yep.
same day. Yeah, that's good karma. But Miss Miko, that is an official buzzer beater.
That was a buzzer beater. Hell yeah. Some
uh,
people they just have good luck. Some people just have it like that. Me, I don't be having luck like that at all. I gotta work hard for everything. It's the truth.
It's happened half for me. I work hard for everything, but there's some kind of luck that jumps in there. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Migo, let's go to your first story. And guys, what is your buzzer beater, man? What's that one thing that happened in your life or during that day where you knew that it wasn't going to work out, or you was in a moment of despair, and next thing you know, your emotions kicked in because something you had an explosion of blessings in the moment of your despair. I gave a small example. I almost tripped and bust my ass, and I caught my balance. That was a moment of despair, and it went from a moment of euphoria. Welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started, right? All right, Miss Miko, what you got? What's the first story you have?
We're gonna talk about theft. So Kohl's CEO was fired just months on the job after cutting a multi-million-dollar check to cover his alleged secret lover's business. Ashley Buchanan, who served as CEO of Kohl's, department store for just over 100 days, was terminated after an internal investigation revealed that he led the company into a multi-million-dollar agreement with a vendor allegedly tied to the woman he was romantically involved with. The report, as reported by the Wall Street Journal, Buchanan arranged for a highly unusual deal with consultant Chandra Holt, whom he met years ago while working at Walmart. Holt is now the founder and CEO of the coffee brand Incredible. Holt told the paper that she's known Buchanan for 10 years, but stated, I haven't received any compensation for my Incredible business from Kohl's. The internal investigation led by the external counsel and overseen by the board's audit committee concluded that Buchanan violated Kohl's code of ethics by not disclosing the personal connection. Kohl determined that his conduct warranted termination for cause, and as a result, he will forfeit all equity awards. He must repay a portion of his $2.5 million signing bonus. His nomination for re-election to the board has been withdrawn ahead of the May 14th shareholder meeting. Kohl has named board member Michelle Brender as the interim CEO while the search for a permanent replacement is on the way. This is what you call fumbling the bag. If you got your mistress, if you hooking up your mistress with a brand deal, tell her keep her mouth shut. Do you know this man? No. Have you ever worked with this man? No. I've never seen him a day in my life until we entered this board meeting. He fumbled the bag. Now you got to give back $2.5 million. You got to explain to your wife and kids why you're not employed. Got to explain to your wife why you're having an affair with this lady. And now the mistress ain't going to want you no more because she lost her endorsement with Kohl's and you're broke. Craziness. What's your thoughts, Shawn?
What they say, you do strange things for the change. I'm saying that wrong, right? What they say?
What? Do something strange for a little bit of change?
Yeah, do something strange for a little bit of change. Guys, July the 12th, I'm waiting for the flyer right now. We need everyone to come out to Comedy in Harlem. Great conversation, great food, dope comedy. Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team. Live panel, R&B singer, uh, uh, little jokey jokes here and there. And please, we'd love for you guys to be a part of this great vibe. Okay, so this is where a knuckleheadism comes into play. See, sometimes it doesn't matter. Now, this is a dude that is the chairman of the board of Kohl's department store, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, now,
CEO.
So sometimes it doesn't matter for me, and I'm not belittling the situation, the education. Sometimes it don't matter how smart you are, educational wise. You can be the smartest person on earth. You can know all your algebra and all your numbers and all your finances and all that. So you go to school all the way. You have 2 degrees and 5 degrees, but it doesn't, you're not immune from knowing simple common sense. It's just not.
Mm-hmm.
They call it street smarts. They call it school of hard knocks. Oh, see, hold on with the dog. Wait.
Oh my God.
Come in. Now, you know why? Because my wife went out to take her son to school, and you know, my dog don't pay me any mind because he loves my wife. He loves the wife more. They love each other more than they love me, right?
This is the lady, y'all.
But when she go out, all of a sudden you want to hang out around me. Okay. So wait, let me see what she look like.
That's Sandra Holt.
I can't.
That he risked it all for this.
That's the side chick.
Yep.
Okay. And you know what? Sandra might be doing something real nasty to this dude. You know?
Yeah.
Sandra is out there slobbing the knob, pause. Sandra's out there putting a feather in his rectum. Sandra's putting the red ball in his mouth like Vin Range from what was that? What was the name of that movie, Miss Miko? Remember when Vin Range had the red ball in his mouth and Bruce Willis was next to him?
Oh my God, I can't remember.
And the 2 dudes was about to gangbang both of them, and they changed their mind and they said, "Let's get the black one."
I can't remember. Yeah.
Yo, guys, I can't. You got to put in what is the name of that movie again?
Wait, and this is him. This is Ashley Buchanan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got the look. He's a successful CEO. His ego's out of control. You can't tell him nothing. And then he got with Ashley. Ashley was bending him over.
Ashley blew in his butthole. No, his name is
Yeah,
Ashley.
yeah, Ashley.
Chandra. Chandra blew in his butthole.
Yeah, Sandra bent him over, put both of her fingers in his rectum, and he had the red ball in his mouth.
Mm, mm, mm.
And she took a feather and started, playing with his nipples. And he completely lost his mind. And he was like, bitch, how much money do you need? And sometimes, man, some of you wives in the chat room, y'all got to step up and do something nasty. Because that's
Mm.
what Sandra did. And she did something so nasty that he lost his mind. And let me tell you something. Most men in our adult lives has ran into a chick like that. That's freaky and that'll turn you out. The problem with this is this guy had money and he had power. But like I said, it doesn't matter what your educational level is, because if you don't have enough common sense to make a basic decision and you dealing with your emotions because she rocking your nuts, that's the problem.
Yep.
And then she was probably having phone sex with him and just telling
But
just
you fumbled. But Sean, his bonus was 2.5 mil.
it doesn't
You
matter.
fumbled the bag over some ass.
Miss Miko, some men, when they got a feather in their asshole, they don't care. You're forgetting about the feather in the asshole.
That's crazy.
She was tickling his nuts.
That's crazy, stupid.
Miss Miko, he was like this.
He's definitely taking it. That's crazy to me.
And when fellas are, and they got money, and she's like, I need 500,000. Yeah. Okay. And that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And he should never be trusted. Never. On any board. He should never work again in an executive level. You representing Kohl's, you're a family dude. You could go to the Chinese massage place and get your balls rubbed and go home.
Mm-hmm.
And you, as Miko said, you fumbled the bag. You didn't fumble the bag, you turned over the bag. You turned over the bag. You missed the field goal from 17 yards away, win the game. You look like a complete idiot right now. You violated not only all your contracts with and all the policies and procedures of the company. You can't be trusted with no money, because when your balls get tickled, you're ready to give a bitch some money.
Terrible, terrible, terrible.
What is wrong with you, sir? You are cloth and power, but you allowed this woman, and I'm gonna give her a round of applause too, because she got the money, but then now that she get the money, she dropped a dime on you. Miss Miko's right. She couldn't even see. This is a trifecta of foolery. You lost your job.
Yep.
You lost your mind because you got your balls rubbed, and you got a side chick that can't keep her mouth shut.
First of all, they supposed to go over
You
this in private. They supposed, do you know me? No. Have I ever seen you in my life? No. Are we friends? No. Everything should be no.
That's why some men, right, when they playing these type of games, if you're gonna be that type of dude that have a woman on the side and you married or in a relationship, whatever, your pimp hand gotta be strong, bro. You gotta take it back to the Superfly days. You gotta be like, we're gonna take it to the stars and the moon, bitch. But you gotta keep your mouth shut.
That's right.
So you can't live that life without a strong pimp hand, bro. You got your side chick talking. You're right. And what if your wife divorced you, bro, just because you're a clown? Just because you're an idiot.
She not. She's staying. She's staying with that money. She gonna stay where the money reside.
No doubt. But sir, you are a fool. Your side chick's a fool. You went public. Your integrity is and your credibility is suspect. You're gonna get this woman $500,000. Are you crazy, bro? out of your bonus, you're going to give her $500,000. Are you out of your mind? You could have took that $500,000 and started your own little business, bro.
But he probably already had that in his account. Just give us some change.
How much is he worth?
Give us some change. Let me look it up.
How much is this guy's worth?
Give us some change. Ashley Buchanan net worth. Hold on.
Yeah, man, dude. You know, you can't elevate the side chick to business partner. You out of your mind, bro. But again, that it goes back to what I'm saying.
His net worth is $11.1 million.
Oh, so 11.1. So for top executive, that's light money. That's light paper.
He could have gave her $250,000 a pat on the butt and she would have been happy.
Yeah, that's light paper.
But I guess maybe he was thinking long term by making her a vendor for Kohl's and putting her products in the stores. She could make money with her eyes closed, maybe. Maybe that's what he was thinking.
No, Miss Miko, you ain't hearing the word I said. He was getting he had the red ball in his mouth. What are you talking, Miss Miko? Have you heard anything I said? She know what she did? She peed, she urinated on his forehead. He took the red ball. And by the way, what was that movie? Miss Miko, did they put the movie in?
No, they didn't.
They put the red ball. She put the red ball in his mouth.
Let me see.
And she put it in there tight. She urinated on him. And you know, my mother gonna be watching this show later. And Ma, excuse me, but I gotta say this. And she took the two fingers and put it in his record. And he completely lost his mind. That's what happened here.
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. Thank you, Miss Miko. Put a number one chat room. You've seen Pulp Fiction. One of the realest movies ever made out in these streets. So, sir, you should lose your job. What are they saying in the chat room, Miss Miko? I can't see the chat room. Yo, listen, you should lose your job, sir, and forever to never come back again. Ma'am, you're a bad candidate for a side chick, okay? You can't keep your mouth shut. You got the 500,000. And you're supposed to have a plan if you're going to do something weird like that. But sir, you are a disgrace. You're a married man, and I'm not saying all married men are perfect. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the way you handled this whole situation was horrific. It's embarrassing. You should lose your job, and you should never be trusted. So to the young lady who's the side chick, now look at you. All your friends and your family looking at you like you crazy. You think your homegirls want you to be around their men or their husbands? Because when you expose as the side chick, and maybe that's a question I should ask Miss Miko. And but let me, I'll answer that in a minute. But for me, if I was a woman and one of my homegirls is an active side chick, and no, shout out to side chicks, God bless y'all. But if one of my homegirls is a side chick, I'm gonna be looking at her crazy. Like I can't, no, bitch, I don't trust you. Miss Miko.
Sure.
Do you look at side chicks? Are you judgmental with side chicks? Have you ever been friends with a side chick, Miss Miko? Have you ever talked to a friend or woman that has side chick tendencies? And how do you deal with that? And welcome to the show, guys. The only place on earth where you get your morning start, right? Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Tea with the Queen, Miss Miko. Guys, August the 2nd through the 9th. Come on and hang out with us. Let's do a whole family thing.
Please say 2026, because you're going to have people thinking it's this year. Say 2026, August the 2nd through the 9th, 2026.
Thank you.
You got to say that.
August the 2nd through the 9th, 2026. I stand corrected, and thank you, Miss Miko, for helping me. Y'all come on out. Sister Soldier, hit me up after the show, and I'll give you all the details. Velo Mathis, thank you so much for your interest. I appreciate you. And LaShawn Haynes Jones, you already know you are the leader, and thank you. Miss Miko, and let me see the hearts in the chat room, guys. We truly appreciate it. Miss Miko, do you marry women and women that are single? Do y'all look at the side chick any different? And have you ever confronted a side chick, Miss Miko?
I've never confronted
not a side chick that's in the like cheated with your husband. I'm just talking about just the woman that you know.
I've never confronted a side chick, but if my friend or if any one of my friends is a side chick, that's her business. I'm solid with mine and my husband. I'm not worried about him doing none of that. None of that. So yeah, I don't, if that's what you do, that's what you do. That's none of my business.
Got it.
But I'm not, I don't judge. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you do this with this guy. I don't, no, I don't do that. If you're my friend, you're my friend.
Right. So if your side chick is your friend, you still have a level of comfortability that you're not going to be judgmental or nothing like that. She's just going to
Yeah,
be doing what she
yeah,
doing.
yeah. That's your business. Yeah.
Shout out to my man Amir Silly. I see him in the chat room, and that's weird. God bless Amir Silly. I can't even see the chat room. Then I saw his name pop up. Um,
Yeah.
Ladies in the chat room, are you judgmental if you know one of your friends that are a side chick? I don't know, because this woman right here was totally out of order uh, for being the
And
side
Natalie,
chick.
you're right. Some women think they the main and they decide. You right about that.
Say that again.
So a lot of women think they're the main chick and they're the side. And but they're really the side.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it does make sense. Some
I did,
women think that they are the girlfriend, the main girlfriend, but they're actually the side chick because they don't even know that he got a wife and kids over here because he treating her like she the only one.
yeah, but that's a different issue. I'm saying
How is that this issue?
because I'm saying that women that know that men are in a relationship that are married, they know it and they know that they're the side chick. That's
Oh
not
no.
you're saying
Let me
something
let me
else
tell
there.
you something, Sean. It's funny you said that. I went out on Tuesday. I went to Big Shots on Tuesday. And what I observed at Big Shots, I said, yo, these married men be getting it off. So me, Alicia Moses, a bunch of my girlfriends, we sitting there, we at the table, because Big Shots Tuesday after work, they do the cigars and hookah, the music. It's a vibe. We seen so many men in there with wedding bands, sitting with, coming in on dates with women who were not their wives. The reason I said they were not their wives, because most of the women they were with didn't have wedding bands on, was acting kind of standoffish, was very quiet, took pictures of everything except the neighbor they with. You can kind of tell from the energy of what's going on. And I was like, wow, they really getting this off on a random Tuesday night. We saw at least 6 or 7 guys in there on dates with their side chicks or just, hanging out with another woman who was not their wife. And I was like, this is really, maybe this is a thing. And I feel maybe the wives know, maybe the wives don't know. The wives that do know, they probably home counting the money like, listen, we got 25 years in. He gonna do what he gotta do. I'm not leaving. We got property, we got this, we got investments together. I'm just gonna chill. But I just thought it was weird. And one of the young ladies, she sat right next to us with she was with my friend's cousin. And I was like, I said, who is that? She said, that's my cousin, girl. He married, he a dog. That's just one of the women that he messed with. And I was like, damn. And she really sat there and ate her food, took her pictures by herself. She had the camera out and she was trying to be slick and do this, Sean. She's trying to do slick and turn towards the crowd. He gave her a look. She turned that shit right back. She was like, nope.
Oh
So
my
I just the side chicks is out here kind of winning, y'all. Hold on to your man. Portia is making it cool to be a side chick.
oh my gosh.
LaShawn Hayes Jones said she used to be a side chick in her 20s for like a year. LaShawn, was you showered with gifts, with lavish gifts? Tell us about it.
Yo. Hey, hey. In my adult life, I've been the side dude. But that was way back 20, 30 years ago. I don't even think they called it a side dude then. But that is sad and horrific in a sense that's very sad, Miss Miko, to share this. I guess it is a reality. I listen. I love my wife. I'm not going to be doing nothing weird like that. But boy, that was a reality check that you gave all of us, Miss Miko, and you was around all of that. And what the hell are you doing there? Uh,
You talking about
uh,
me?
yeah, what
I
are
was
you
with my
doing there? Yeah,
girlfriend.
what
But
are
the
you?
funny
No,
part is, this guy came up and he was trying to talk to me, and I was like, I'm married. He was like, so am I. I said, married people trying to get with other married. What? He was like, so am I. Like, what's good? I said, wow.
see, oh man, this is terrible.
Wow. It was interesting. I
Yeah,
said, everybody in here dogs.
yeah. It's very sad and very interesting at the same time. Uh, Miss Miko and I are on a whole different level with that. You understand what I'm saying? Miss Miko's in a loving relationship. I'm in a loving relationship, and we're out here. I mean, not with each other, guys, not with each other. uh, and I guess we believe in being in a committed relationship. So that's enough said. All right, Miss Miko, what's your next? What else is going
Hold on. Princess said everyone could just be honest with each other without fear of losing a person they love. They'll be all good. What does that mean, Princess?
Yeah, but not only that,
What does that mean?
it means exactly what it means. But but it's also a fantasy world. People are not going to do that. That's not a. It's what he's saying is real as hell, but it's just not a reality. People are not going. It might be 1% of the population that might feel that way. It might share their intentions on how they feel, but the rest of the 99% are not going to do that. That's why Prentice, when Miss Miko went to the after work event at the Big Shots, that you saw all this foolery going on. So obviously the percentages is against what the quote is, what he's saying, but what he's saying is true if this makes sense. What else you got, Miss Miko, so you could get back to the baby?
Yeah, she about to start acting up. You see me looking at her. I have a quick story about this lady in Philadelphia who had road rage, and apparently, hold on, let me go get it. Here she go. Woman caught on video defecating on another car during a road rage incident.
Miss Miko, get the baby.
No, she cool. She not crying.
The baby's got here. The baby.
She not crying. I'm looking at her. She's playing with her feet.
You sure?
Yeah. She's
Because
going,
Miko, you keep looking up.
Yeah, I'm looking at her play with her feet to make sure she all right.
You don't want to bring her downstairs for a minute?
Mm-mm.
Your clap, Miss Miko got an upstairs and a downstairs. Mike Dixon over there busting his ass for her. Let's clap for Mike Dixon.
Shut up, Short.
Let's clap for Mike Dixon. He's out there right now. Mike working so hard, he got hard ass hands. Y'all clap for Mike Dixon.
Mike always at work. One thing for sure, two things for certain. So the suspect is 44-year-old Christina Samalo. She was arrested on April 29th in Prospect Park, Philadelphia, when an argument reportedly broke out after one driver cut the other off. Although the victim in the case was not immediately did not immediately report the defecation, a witness filmed the encounter and uploaded it to Instagram, sparking disgust and disbelief online. Authorities say the dispute started like many others with the driver cutting someone off. But what happened next escalated way beyond horn honking or name calling. Eyewitnesses says Solamento got out of her car, squatted, and pooped directly on the other car in plain sight. One bystander captured the moment on video, which was quickly shared across Instagram and other social media platforms. Yo, people are crazy. People are freaking crazy.
That's how I felt. That's how I felt the other day when I was going into that McDonald's. I was going to defecate. I'm in the Wendy's. I was going to defecate on the counter. I get it, but yeah, you're right.
No, you was not, Sean. Shut up.
You're right, Miss Miko. Come on, everybody. We know a lot of this. People got mental issues. The road rage just triggers it. You know what I mean? Like people get in their cars and they buck wild crazy before, and that's with nothing happening. And the moment something weird happens, like getting cut off or peeping on or whatever, they take it to a whole nother level. And for this woman to get out her car, jump on another car, and shit on the car.
In the middle of the afternoon.
In the middle of the afternoon. I hope it was in diarrhea. I hope it was solid poop. You know, maybe you could clean it up better than the diarrhea.
Look, they got the video of her doing it.
Oh my God. Miss Miko, inbox that to me. If you don't mind.
Nasty. Yep. Send it to you right now.
I don't know. Miss Miko, my elderly age right now, at the age of 60, God, thank God for Jesus. Cars cut me off and do weird things. I don't pay that any mind no more. I used to when I was young. I'd be like, "Yo, you cut me off." Blah. Now you could cut me off. I don't care. I'm not even gonna fight with you. I'm not put the middle finger up. There's been incidents with young guys getting beside my car and they want to race and all that. And I'm like, bro, I am not doing that. And then you got people who are just really hell bent on uh, confrontation, and they don't want to, and conflict, and 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 because of course what you just said, because they're crazy and they got these mental issues. And this is a woman that is definitely mentally disturbed. And you know what? This is what I would do. First of all, you're going to jail for 1 year, and I'm suspending your license for 10.
Yes. Yes.
I'm suspending your license. You can't drive. I can't trust you. If somebody gets you mad, you're gonna get out the car, you're gonna shit on the car. So if you're gonna do that, I'm taking your driver's license away. And that's another thing that we tend to forget. Driving is a privilege. It's not a right. It's not a right. But put it on one chat room if you ever got your license suspended. Miss Miko, give me 14 number ones. I've got my license suspended. It was horrible. It was a horrible. It put everything back in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
It's a privilege to drive. It's not a right. It's not like you get in there and you can do whatever you want to and violate the state roads and get out your car and poop and all. You can't do that.
Yes, Sister Soldier, she is a Babylonian. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, right. That would constitute Babylonian behavior. Ain't no blacks or Latinos doing no something weird like that. 1 year in jail, 10-year license suspension. That's what you're gonna get from me.
Yeah.
And since you want to poop on somebody's car, we're gonna give you some laxatives to clean out your system. And part of your community service, you're washing cars free for 3 years.
But also, I would get her into a mental health facility as a part of that jail sentence and all that. You're gonna do community service, you're gonna do jail time, and you're gonna be going to the mental health facility.
And then the mental health facility, you're gonna be wiping everybody else's ass.
Yep, I agree with that.
Oh, I wish I was running things. What else you got, Miss Miko? Are we done?
That's all I got. We done. I gotta go take care of baby Bailey.
Well, guys, we truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. Sister Soldier, please hit me up after the show. Everybody, hit me up after the show. Let's go
Give
away.
the number, Shawn. You're not. Get him the number. Tell him where to call you at.
570-982-6950. Let me put it in the chat room.
Jesus.
My fault.
This guy.
I know. I want to see the hearts in the chat room. Let's do some old school. Where the hearts at in the chat room? Hey, where the hearts at in the chat room? Hey, turn down for what? For what? Turn down for what? All right, Miss Miko, you got the last word.
Bye, y'all. Every day is a good day. Bye.
Okay, guys. Miss Miko, I'm gonna call you.
Okay.
Listen, guys, have a great day. God bless you guys. Thank you so much, man. We truly, truly appreciate you guys spending time with us in the morning. It means so much to us. And thank you so much. And guys, don't forget July the 12th live podcast at Comedy Hall. And we truly appreciate it. All right. And Miss Miko, special shout out. And everybody, special shout out to Baby Bailey for hanging in there for those 50 minutes. Shout out to you, Baby Bailey.
She did a thing.
We out.